ready?
Yeah, now I'm recording.
Okay, let's test the pilot light. Flame on! Oh, shit. Yeah, it works all right. Jesus, yeah, she works. Because 2/3 diesel and 1/3 used motor oil. So no gasoline in it. God, that was pretty good. Okay, I want to give you a quick rundown on the operating procedures and the loading procedures. First of all, this is your CO2 tank. You can get this refilled at a local brew store or paintball store or CO2 supply store. It's within date, but I did have to discharge the rest of the bottle for shipping purposes. This valve opens it when you turn clockwise. So in other words, tightening this pushes a needle down that opens the valve and lets your CO2 pressure come in. You've got a basic gauge here that tells you if your tank is full or not. From there, the CO2 pressure comes into your regulator. I rebuilt this regulator. It has a little needle valve and spring system with some silicone on it. If it ever gives you any problems, you can replace it, rebuild it, or remove it entirely if you wanted to. And you'd have to take these fittings apart and put this 1/8 inch fitting here into this location here and just bypass it entirely. Although I wouldn't recommend that because it's running really good at where I have it adjusted at this temperature at least, which runs it to about 300 psi operating pressure. Anywhere between 250 and 400 operating pressure is really pretty good operating pressure. If you go higher than that, you're just going to dump fuel out quicker, which it's already super high performance anyway, so the fuel's gone in seconds anyways. You can adjust this if you need to bump the pressure up, maybe in the case of cold weather or something like that. From there, the pressure comes into here, and you open this valve by going counterclockwise, and that will allow the fuel to get pressurized. Now, to load the fuel, what you do is you disconnect this quick connect here. Once you get this loosened up for fuel filling, you want to check your O-ring and make sure it's okay. You just load your fuel into there with a funnel and put this back on. Just swing it around and get it snug to where this connection point goes past the frame. I'm gonna give it a little tightness, and now you can connect your pressure line and go through the procedure that we just described with letting the pressure through the lines. It should come up to 300-400 psi. At first it may go up to 800 before you open this valve. That's fine. It really can handle pretty high pressure, but of the CO2, which is around 800-850 psi depending on the temperature. So from there, when the fuel is pressurized, it goes through the elbow valve down here. There's a live swivel that makes it very comfortable to operate as far as the positioning of the wand. It goes through your hydraulic hose. The hydraulic hose can handle fuel and oil. It is not rated for solvents. Don't put acetone or paint thinner or toluene or xylene or anything like that in there. I would not recommend straight gasoline either, simply because it's going to burn it up way too fast. It's more dangerous, and you really don't gain anything by using straight gasoline. You can mix gas and diesel at 50-50, and that'd be about as fast of a fuel as you'd ever want to run through here. Straight diesel works fine. 50-50 gas and diesel napalm blend works fine. Get more distance that way. Here's your main throttle. Okay, there's a safety on it, which I rarely use, but if you wanted to, you could lock the safety, and now you can't fire it. All right. From there, this opens. There's a large ball valve, bearing type ball valve in here that opens and lets the fuel on through. You've got flow straightening vanes in here in your main nozzle. The pilot light is a concentric flame system. If you want to fill the pilot light, which you should do while the machine's empty, test it, make sure it's functioning properly. Make sure there's no dirt in here in your pilot light. Take your Roncinol or whatever butane you have handy. I can't ship this because, laws, and do the standard butane filling. You may want to burp it a little as you fill it. The ignition is done with this little piezo igniter here, and it requires usually 2 hands. I'll see if I can do it with 1 hand, but it's better with 2 hands. But you pull back your trigger for your pilot light. There you go. There's your pilot light. I'm going to go ahead and burn this out because I don't want any fuel in it when I go shipping. This is a concentric flame pilot light system. It only burns for a minute or 2 when it's full. It's not really designed to burn for a long time because the performance of the machine is pretty fast. So it only has to last for a minute or 2. And to turn it off, you would just let off the trigger and it should turn off. If one thing about this, I'll tell you. Inside of the flame cone, there's a small tube that comes out that's the jet for the butane for the pilot light. If you ever have problems with this valve here, you can take this little tool I made and put it, you have to very carefully put it in there, and when it's cool, of course, and put it over the butane jet, and then you can back spray carburetor cleaner in there. You'd have to put it on there and open this up and back spray carburetor cleaner to flush out this valve if it ever stuck. I had that happen one time, so I just wanted you to be aware of that because this is all screwed, glued, and thoroughly tattooed, so it ain't coming apart too easy. But that is one way to service it. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoy it. Be very safe. It's heavy, but it's fairly durable. And yeah, be safe and happy shooting.